What is going on, guys? Today we have got one to watch Odegaard, and I really like this card, to be honest. It was how many years ago now? Let's see what the generations are saying. I'm on Footbin, obviously. FIFA 16 is when he came on the scene. Obviously Real Madrid took this new wonder kid, and it never seemed like he ever got off with it. Like, he obviously got loaned out, and so rightly so, he got to Eredivisie. He managed to get a Team of the Season moments, I believe, in 19. He then obviously got a Team of the Season last year with Real Sociedad. So we are now starting to see him come through. This year, he has technically gone back to Real Madrid. I don't know if he was sold to Real Sociedad or he has come back. I don't know the kind of the implications between them two, but he is a one to watch, and he's one of the lower ones. Obviously, in price ranges, at the minute he's about 32.5, and that is mainly because he had a wonderful game in the internationals. So hopefully we could be seeing an 84 Odegaard. And what I want to be doing with these is I really want to try and track how good they are as we go forward. I'm trying my best to really do as many cards as possible this year. I think we're nearly on about 30 reviews already. And it is only literally, I think, 12 days since release, or since like the 10 hours, the early access. So it's going well. If I can keep up this pace, then obviously it's going to be great. I am going to be bringing back some gold cards, some icons, because I've been focused on one to watches and SBCs. I want to be doing maybe like one to watch, one gold, one icon a day. If the icon is a little bit more tricky, then we go back to gold. We've got the SBC players, so stay tuned for all of that. But anyway, Odegaard himself is a 5-star skiller, 2-star weak foot, very much like Ziyech, which is kind of how I compared him a little bit, because Ziyech for me was one of the first cams I used. I picked him up for 40k whilst he was extinct and managed to get rid of him at 65. Obviously, best trader in the world, does it once and loses everything else. But Odegaard is very similar, but he doesn't quite have the stats, and we will have a look at that at the end review, because I do want to see the actual comparison. I'm not going to say too much, but that's who I kind of compared him to. He has got 80 acceleration, 77 sprint speed, which isn't the greatest. Obviously, as a cam, I can kind of get away with not having mega pace. That's my wingers, and I do like a striker with a little bit of pace on him. My cam is mainly passing. It's mainly how he is on the ball, and that's about it. I don't really need too much more. As long as he can pass and dribble, I'm absolutely fine. And pretty much that's what he can do. 76 composure. Again, we want to see that go up as we go forward, but we've got 86 dribbling, 85 ball control, as well as agility, and 83 balance. He does only have 74 reactions. Again, take it what you will. I feel like it's a little bit of a con for him. Passing wise though, exquisite. 81 long, 83 short, 87 vision. He has got 84 crossing as well. If you do find him on that wing, maybe you've kind of played a ball round and he's just kind of managed there. He has got a foot to whip in, so always pretty good there. We've got 80 stamina, and then pretty much his shooting is just generic throughout. 70s, high, low, and chemistry style then. The obvious one for me would be Hunter. He's got really good passing, or better than average passing, better than average dribbling. He hasn't got pace, he hasn't got shooting. Easy fix. 88 pace, 82 shooting, puts him up to an 84 cam right now. With the basic, he is technically an 86 because he is getting the well-rounded, which again could be a nice one to use. If you're really happy with everything, then obviously a bit of everything is sometimes better than nothing. I don't feel like they have an option for basic on the voting system on Footbin, and obviously it's only 31 people, so it depends on who them 31 people and what they want. Basic is not a bad one. I think Hunter would be better because he's then more of an actual attacking cam. I feel like Basic would not necessarily let him be a CM, but it kind of, it leans towards that you can kind of do a bit more of that. But I think mainly for me, you want to be getting that shooting and pace up. Obviously his passing's already 84, dribbling already 85. You definitely want to get that up, if anything, because his strength is 55. You're not really going to get that up anymore. So realistically, I'm looking at this card, and I think he was about 15k before. If I go to my hourly graph, yesterday 25. What about Saturday? He dipped at about 23, so you can see that he's actually inflated at this moment in time of doing the review. So more than likely, if he doesn't get one, he will dip again, and if he does get one, obviously he'll raise in price. So I want to be keeping as many of my one to watches as possible, especially the ones that don't cost a lot like this. I'd love to get an Oshiman, I'd love to get an Hakimi, I'd even really like to get a Tellez, which would be pretty nice, just so if they do get updated, I can then get another review. Is he good now, basically? Hakimi at 84. Can you play him now? Werner at 86, 87. What is he like then? So there's going to be them. I'm going to be trying to get as many of them in my team as possible so I can bring you the reviews as soon as they're coming out. But anyway, let's get into some overall review and go from there. So as you can see, we have got Odegaard right now. 32k. 28 on a PlayStation, 32 on PC, and he's not a bad card. He really isn't. Pace-wise, especially if you take off, so we put him on basic because that's how I played the first, because I played quite a few games with him now. I've played plenty with basic, plenty with the Hunter on, and this is how I played with him to start with. So looking at them bases, it's not terrible. Obviously, he gets a little bit more sprint speed with his basic, and I think that is good enough for right now. I don't think in a couple of weeks' time, I don't feel like he's going to be that usable, to be honest. I really think he will drop down. There is quite a few decent cams that you can get. And like Ziyech, like I said, he is a quality one to get in there. And if you're going to put some money into your team, if you're going to put at least 30 to 40k into a player, 10, 20k extra is really not going to break the bank, in my opinion, unless you are going for either a Real Madrid or La Liga squad, or you have inform Haaland up front, which is always a nice little link there. And for me, shooting wise, he scored a few goals for me. Not the most clinical in front of goal. Obviously with a Hunter, as you can see, does get a little bit better, but I still don't think he's quite got that. He's not got that animation, that workaround for being an absolute goal scorer. He's decent on his finesse shots. He's got a few traits, but bar from that, there isn't much else. And I believe there's traits down here. We have got outside of the foot shot, flair, and solid player. So some decent traits on him. Obviously, we have been looking at a few others, and I've noticed how barely minimum many people don't have any traits. Passing-wise was exquisite. Really, really good on his passing. And dribbling was quite nice as well. Very good control. Really quick at turning. And I like that about him. That, for me, is a cam. If you can change direction quickly, it's very much like a Messi kind of cam. I don't like Messi as a right wing. As a cam, turns quickly, pass the ball off, and obviously he can shoot as well, which is probably why you'd go more of a striker for him. But it's that sort of element of being able to kind of switch play instantly, and that is somewhat what he's got, and he's not necessarily the smallest player in the world. But like I said, Hunter would be the best. Let us just, and I just want to show the generations because it's just interesting looking through these. We've gone from a silver with a team of the season moments, into obviously FIFA 20 with his 78, and then he goes up with his future star, and it was, I think it was the first future star that did this, which was absolutely fantastic. And then obviously his team of the season last year has now gone into a one to watch for this year. In terms of links, we have no perfect links in Real Madrid, but we do have the entire Real Madrid squad. There is no Norwegian icons, and like I said, in terms of other players, you've got the whole of La Liga, and I think, if I am correct, I will double check with the nation. I believe Haaland will be the only real Odegaard bird. Yeah, Haaland is really the only one you're going to go with, to be honest. If I was to compare him, just to finish off this review, to our big man Ziyech, let's have a quick look at this. So we've got 80 pace, so very similar. Shooting's very similar. In fact, it's passing. I don't know why. Ziyech just feels better for some reason. What do we got in terms of agility and balance and all of that? So dribbling, we've got the same agility, less balance, good reactions. It might be the reactions then. I don't know why, but it feels like Ziyech is that little bit better. It may have been just that kind of first cam feeling, and now Ziyech is in. I'm kind of like, I'm so set on Ziyech that no one else is good enough just yet until I get someone higher rated than Ziyech or better than Ziyech as such. But to be honest, they're pretty much very similar, so do with what you will. I think 64k, 31. I think if you've got a La Liga squad, I think he's a really good position to be able to be there. In terms of any other leagues, any other cams in the La Liga, I don't think there's too many, because you've got Casemiro, Cruz, all CMs if anything. I think Odegaard probably is one of your best. Obviously we've got someone like Isco, but I don't feel like he's all of that, to be honest. Coutinho could be a nice one, especially with an inform, he would be actually pretty decent, but Odegaard for me at the moment is probably the best cam that you can get for that price. But anyway, hopefully you enjoyed the video. Let me know down below what you think. Make sure you like and subscribe, and I'll see you all later for a Wingers review English. See you later. Peace.